This campaign has one stated goal: independence. Independence from divided two-party politics. Independence from budget gridlock. Independence from corrupt and vested interests who would rather see the state fail than make the hard decisions we have to make. Every election year, Connecticut faces a choice between staying on the current course or changing our direction. Never in the history of Connecticut has the argument for change been stronger than it is today. Never before has it been more critical to consider an entirely new path, an independent path, free of the restraints placed on us by the two major political parties. It is time to elect an independent governor who is unaffiliated with either of the two major political parties. Connecticut's economy has been stagnant for the last 30 years, in large part because of decisions made by our state government. For more than 30 years, the leaders of the two major political parties in our state have conspired for political purposes to put off paying our bills and to use budget shell games and other gimmicks to make it appear that our books are balanced, when in fact, they are not. We have promised our teachers and state employees that we will take care of them in retirement. But if we're honest, we know we are failing in that promise. The debt is there, but the means to pay it is not. We have been promised time and again better roads, better mass transportation, better train service. But the promises have never been kept because governors and legislators have routinely taken money designated for transportation improvements to pay for the routine bills of daily government. So our roads and bridges crumble and are not strengthened. The state constitution guarantees a quality public school education for every student, but for decades, state government has failed to deliver. Promises have been made to our cities and towns, but never kept, resulting in higher local property taxes. For more than 10 years, across two administrations, one Republican and one Democrat, we have had budget gridlock. Instead of solutions, we get a yearly battle to blame the other side for all that is wrong, and then, eventually, a final pact among the incumbents of both parties to put off hard decisions for yet another year. We have no plan beyond the next election, and that is why Connecticut's economy has produced no net new jobs in the last 30 years. Employers notice, the people who run our enterprises, large and small, notice, and it gives them no confidence that Connecticut is the place to locate, grow, or invest. All because of a government that chooses, for political reasons, to be ineffective. We need to send the two major parties a message. Through your vote, we need to give them the grade they deserve, an F. Candidates seeking to represent the two major political parties in this year's race for governor are promising more of the same old failed policies. Democrats want to buy your vote with new government giveaways they know we cannot afford. Republicans are promising tax cuts they know will put us farther into debt. These are the two schemes the two parties have relied on for years to get your vote, but you are smarter than that. The two-party system in Connecticut is broken. The two-party political system has failed us. And we need a new way, a third way that is a credible alternative to the status quo. In our state government, both Democrats and Republicans think if they compromise, they lose. But compromise is not failure. Compromise should be the goal. That is why an independent governor would introduce a new dynamic. Beholden to no political party, an independent governor would have no choice but to steer the state toward the middle, the radical middle, where most Connecticut's residents look for honest solutions. Most voters in Connecticut do not consider themselves on the hard left or the hard right. They just want their government to work for them. They want the right decisions made for the right reasons. In fact, most Connecticut voters are registered as unaffiliated voters. They are not Democrats or Republicans. That's why I'm running for governor as an independent. Only an independent can frame the issues in a way that brings the two sides together. Only an independent, sent to the Capitol by you, can carry the mandate to make the changes we need to make as a state and to put Connecticut back on the right track. The decision is yours to make. Don't believe it when people tell you there is nothing you can do to change things. That's just wrong. You have the power of your vote. And if your vote puts an independent governor in office, the vested interests who would rather see the state fail than make the hard decisions we have to make will have no choice but to listen. Because you're in charge, not them. And because Connecticut is your state, not theirs. Connecticut is a great state, and together we can make it better. But first we need to send an unmistakable message to the two political parties who've had too much control for far too long. We want change. We want teamwork. We want to set priorities, and we want to agree on how best to meet our challenges. We can do this together. I'm asking for your vote this November 6th for governor. I'm a former Republican, and my running mate for lieutenant governor, Monty Frank, is a former Democrat. We have come together because we realize that despite this state's great potential, if we do not take action to break up the current monopoly, we are in danger of slipping farther backward. It is the job of every generation to leave the world better off than we found it. And we can do that here, and we can do it now. Vote independent. Vote for a team that is focused on solutions over politics. Griebel and Monty Frank. Thank you.